Welcome to the Rolonda Show, everybody. Today we're talking to some mothers who are at odds with their kids over who they are dating. Now, how many moms in here have been through that situation? How many people have been in a situation where mom said, I don't know about that guy you're dating or that gal? Can I hear with a clap of hands? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we've all been through it, you know, but when your child falls in love, it usually is supposed to be a happy time, at least for the kid it is, but not always as you're going to see for the moms, at least not for the ones on today's show. They say that ever since their kid became involved with their lover, why, that child has taken a turn for the worse. That's what Sharon is here today claiming, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. She says her 16-year-old son was a good kid. He had 3.75 grade point average. He was close to his family, she says, but she said all of that has now changed, and she's blaming his 19-year-old girlfriend for what she sees as her son's big downfall. Why, Sharon?
Well, Rolonda, Nate has completely changed. I don't know him anymore. He's dropped out of school. He hasn't been to school in 28 days. He's called himself moved to California to live with her. He has no interest at all in sports or anything else. And the last time we were together and we were talking, every word, we were constantly arguing the whole time. So, and it's like, I don't want to downgrade Christina or anything, although I can't find too many nice things to say about her, but I'm serious.
Sharon, I think a lot of people can relate to where you're coming from. You know, you are not by yourself. There's so many. In fact, I was talking to this family on the front row, and I told them what the show was, and they said, oh, gosh, they've been through it through. Mom, dad, and daughter here. So you're not by yourself. I would think that what would be very upsetting is to have a kid, 16 years old, used to make a 3.75. My goodness.
He loved school.
Loved school.
I mean, loved it. He loved sports. He loved, I mean, he was a kid that enjoyed life. Now it's like, if I could just find one good thing to say about this girl, find one redeeming quality, I would tell him, yes, stay with her. But now he's 16 with a baby. He's trying to take on responsibilities that a 20-year-old, which she will be 20 next week, and he's trying to take on responsibilities that she should, I think, sacrifice more because she is an adult. She should be encouraging him to go to school. She should be telling him, Nate, you know, this is your child. We need you. You're not doing any good sitting around here playing house with me. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what he's doing, playing house. And it's like she has all the control. And she's trying to show me that she's in control. I've never tried to be, you know, dominating to my son. I just wanted him to do what was right.
Now, you know, Sharon is unlike a lot of mothers in this situation who have come on my show. She's struggling so hard to find nice things, it seems, to say about this young lady. You know, a lot of folks just come out and say, well, I think they're, you know, but it seems like you're really struggling to try to find something good in this situation. But I think everybody can relate to your kid not doing well in school and damaging his future, all for the name of puppy love, if that's what you say it might be.
Well, if this was puppy love, he should have dropped this puppy a year and a half ago.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Oh, Lord. Well, she was nice until about a minute ago, but I know she's holding on. Let's meet Christina and Nate and get their side of the story and just see what in the world is going on. Come on, couple. That was quite some hug.
I haven't seen him in a while.
You hadn't seen him in a while? Nate, when was the last time you saw your mom?
Earlier today at the...
No, the last time before you flew to the talk show.
He's right. Earlier today, he didn't believe I was coming because I was so upset with him. I walked to their hotel to see him, and they were about 2 miles from where we are. And I just wanted him to go and have breakfast with us.
Nate,
I just wanted him to go and have breakfast with us. He wouldn't even hardly let us in the room. And then his sister said, you mean we walked all the way over here and you're not going to even let us in? Did you or did you not say it?
What?
Did you or did you not tell us?
They called. I let them in because we was We had just woke up not too long ago.
We had just gotten here. We got here at 6 o'clock this
But
morning.
if they had called, then we'd have known that they was coming.
So what
next
you're
time
saying
I'll
is,
check your calendar.
okay,
Have I ever lied to you?
what I hear
Rolonda.
you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I hear you saying, Sharon, is I miss you. You're no longer part of my life. I can't even have breakfast with you anymore. I miss you.
Yeah.
And what I hear you saying, Nate, is, you know, I've got a lady, Mom, and there's some respect, that boundaries I have to set to, and making a phone call before you show up and I'm with my lady.
Rolonda, I've given Nate a lot of respect where Nate has not given me respect. Nate brought Christina to stay at my house after she and her cousin had called and cussed me out about me. Maybe in anger, I did say that I didn't think the baby was Nate's. And I apologize to you, did I or did I not? But even after you and your cousin cussed me out, I told Nate, I said, well, I really don't.
I didn't cuss you out. That was my cousin.
Okay,
Did
let's
she
get
not?
the whole story. I got to take a commercial break. We know there's much more to the story, and it's important that we have a little bit more so we can see how to get past the anger. Christina's brother argues that his sister's getting a bad rap out here. He says that Sharon has no business saying to Christina, "You are not good enough for my child." We'll see what is behind what's behind all these feelings, and this family may be able to help. Right after this. You can really relate. Can you relate a lot to what you said?
Am I lying?
I snapped. After 4 years, Rolonda, I snapped.
Mothers and daughters when the fighting turns violent. Next, Rolonda. If you've ever been in a situation where your mom came down on somebody you fell in love with and said to that person, "You are not good enough for my child," I think you can relate to what Sharon's family's going through. Sharon is that mother who's saying that to her son, Nate, who is 16 years old, madly in love with Christina, who's 19. They have a baby together. And the thing that's upsetting Sharon is the fact that Nate used to have a 3.75 grade point average, was doing a lot of extracurricular activities in school, and now it seems everything has just stopped because of this love interest and because of this family that he wants to start. Nate, what do you say when Mom, I mean, a lot of people will say you're only 16. This is just a stage in your development. It's puppy love. You shouldn't be a father right now. You should be getting your education, get a job. How do you answer those tough questions?
Well, the baby's already here, so you can't take that back. So I just gotta take care of the responsibility that I chose to make.
So how do you?
Responsibility is to go to school to get a high school diploma, so you can take
the only
care of this
reason I don't
baby.
really go to
That's your
school-
your main responsibility is to go to school.
Only reason I don't go to school right now because we lived in California. She moved from California just
Why?
to try to keep me away from her.
I can't imagine anything
you
in the
were
world to
skipping
keep you out of
school
school.
here.
I
And
went to
everything
school
else?
every day. I played football. I played
You
basketball.
only took off
I
for
ran
Christina,
track,
and I ran all over town looking for you.
I did all that.
Christina, let me ask you, as a young lady with a baby, how important is it to you that the man who is the father of your child be educated, employed?
Well, it's important to me, and I'm not stopping him from going to school. If anything, she is, because, like he said, when he lived out in California, he would come to see me after school, after football practice or whatever, and she'd always come looking
time
for
he should have
him.
been doing his
She'd
homework.
always come looking for him
You're right,
or whatever.
this is my child. I'm going to look
And,
for him. I don't care if he goes to hell. I'm going there looking for him.
Okay, but anyway.
And I would hope you as a mother would take the same position with your child.
Well, like I said, she'd always come looking for him, whatever. He would never miss school for me when I was pregnant or anything. He would
Okay.
never miss school for me.
Christina, you're a mother now. Do you understand where Sharon's coming
Yes,
from?
I understand, and I want him to go to
Then
school.
why don't you tell him to get out of your house, take his behind back home, and go to school?
He wants
does
to.
tell him
Wait.
to go
No.
back to school. No, wait a
Jermaine,
minute.
what
no.
the hell are you got to do anything?
You're saying that you...
Wait a minute, wait, whoa. Hold
She
on.
was there. It happened because of her.
Hold on.
Well, first of all,
First of all, this is my child.
But this is my studio,
I'm sorry.
and there will be no
sorry.
curse words here, okay? Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do it. You know, y'all can run your houses any way you want. That's your business.
I'm sorry, I
But I
apologize.
run my house a certain way. And we don't do that here. Don't do that here. And let's say how you fit into this whole picture. Now, you are Christina's brother. You think that Christina's getting a bad rap. Obviously, that's something that you just fed up with it. Tell us your side of the story, and please keep it clean. But describe to me what it is that you're feeling and why you're coming to such defense for your sister.
Okay, first of all, my sister's, she never put anybody down, okay? My sister, she's good with, no wait.
Sharon, give him his
My sister,
turn.
she is a good mother to her child, okay? That's my first niece and everything, and I love her. My sister never, ever put her down, or put Nate's mom down. If anybody, you put her down, okay? You would call there, calling her all kinds of. You would okay.
Call my house.
What's the situation
Don't
about
even
you?
lie,
No, wait.
Christina. You and Mike called my house.
From the audience, what do you say?
I'm a little disturbed with this. Nate, first of all, you should let no one disrespect your mother. I don't care who it is.
This is not.
Hold up. Second of all, if you feel you're man enough to have your child and take care of your child, first of all, it's hard to take care of kids. I have 2 by myself. It's no fun.
I raised him by myself.
Second of all, you should, if you're going to be with her, I'm not knocking you for being with her, at least go back to school. That's all your mother wants you to do. Go back to school.
Can I say something?
Go back to school, because you can't take care of your kids if you don't have no education.
The only reason I stopped going to school because the thing she would say, she would tell me that.
But you don't let nobody stop you from going to school, honey. You need your education.
Nobody.
I just got finished graduating from college again. I got 2 degrees now. For the second time. For the second time. Don't let nobody stop you from getting your education. Nobody. Your mother, nobody.
While Christina's brother is here defending Christina's story, Nate's got a sister who's defending her brother. We're going to find out why she broke off her friendship that she had with Christina right after this. What do you want to say?
Just want to pop in and say thank you so much for watching my channel. I couldn't do it without you, and I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you subscribe. Also, go and check me out in TikTok and what else? Instagram, Facebook, wherever, at Rolonda Watts. But follow me. I'd love to keep up with you through the week. In the meantime, let's get back to the show.
If you have an unbelievable story idea or a fantastic show idea, then we sure want to know about it. Come on, give us a call at 1-800-4-ROSHOW or send email to roshow@aol.com. We're waiting. You deal with this. What would you do if you were the mom? What would you do? Huh? Mom and dad back here, 6 children the two of this couple has between 6. Oh, good Lord. If you were in this situation in Sharon's shoes, how would you handle it?
I'd be very unhappy that he's not in school. Like he says, the baby's there. He wants to be with this girl. That's fine, but you've got to go to school. You've got to get your life together, and I'd want him to do that. How's he supporting this child?
How are you supporting the child? That's a good question. A lot of people are asking that, Nate. If you're not in school, what are you doing to support your child?
Well, right now I don't got a job, but so.
Because I have to sign for him to get a work permit.
And then she goes so far that she says, because I want to get a job to support my daughter, she says, well, you need my signature. I ain't signing nothing, because you ain't going to sit there
home, you get in
supporting
school,
no baby that's not yours.
I'll be glad to
She
sign.
sit there and tell me my daughter's not mine, her and my sister, and then they expect me to be all buddy-buddy with her.
It's not a question.
Get a paternity test.
It's not a
Get a
question.
paternity test. And
Whatever.
first of all, Christina, how you get off trying to call you and Jermaine disrespecting my mom? She don't ever disrespect any.
I did not disrespect your mom.
First of all, don't be disrespecting your mom. All right, Nate, that's supposed to be your mom.
My son, and you have not.
That's supposed to be your mom. You better check your.
By the way, that is Danielle, who is Nate's sister.
Excuse me, did I get you in bed in my house twice with my son?
Yes, you
The
did.
second time, did I not have to have the police remove you from my house after I told you the first time not to come back?
From the audience
Did
here.
I call you any names at that time since I was told by your brother that I called you?
Sharon,
Not at that time.
this lady has a
I'm
question
sorry.
very much that follows what you're bringing up here. What was the question?
Well, there's kind of 2 points that I want to make. Is Nate, if you're not an emancipated minor, your mom has all the rights in the world over you.
He
That's
can't
the
get
first.
emancipated in Nevada.
The second comment is I'm not really sure why no one is considered that this is statutory rape.
I tried to have her charged with that, but he's a boy.
Have you ever thought about that? Could you go, I mean, would you ever Would you ever go to, because I've had mothers on this show, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I've had mothers on this show who say, I don't care if it's 1996. This is my house and my child, and any little grown-up who thinks they're going to mess around with my kid is going to pay for it in the court system and have launched statutory rape charges. Have you ever thought about that?
I tried, but at the time I was in California, they were telling him that he was visiting his girlfriend. He could visit his girlfriend. Fine, take him to Nevada. Let him go visit now. You took him across state lines. That's a felony. He told me that I let you stay in my house a week. He told me when it was time for you to go, you were going to be there another week. I told him, no, you were gone.
No, and I don't know why he said that. I talked to him about that. But when we was getting ready to leave, yeah, that's fine. You told me to leave.
He's still arguing with me about where you're going to be.
That wasn't me.
Only reason I said I was going to leave because they came all the way from California. They don't know nothing about Las Vegas. You're going to try to throw her and my daughter out on the street? Her ride wasn't even
I wasn't throwing her and your daughter out.
You try to say, well,
I was not throwing her and your daughter out. I was telling you to tell your girlfriend to go home.
Yeah, right.
She had been in my house for a week. What did you do the whole time you were there? She slept till 11 and 12 o'clock. She didn't contribute anything to the house as far as trying to help out.
I didn't clean up.
When I complained, yes, you both went in there and cleaned up, but who was cooking? I had a girl. I took her out to eat. I have 2 grandkids. One's 3 months, one's 2 years old. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to take care of my business, babysit for you guys. You guys are not doing anything for me, but giving me a headache.
From the audience.
It seems to me that natives trade one mother for a mother and a father. I don't know. You know, you're 19, he's 16. I would think that as a young woman, you'd probably want somebody that's more mature to get a man that would be able to help you further yourself in life. But your brother-in-law, your girlfriend's brother just cursed your mother out and called her everything in the book except for a child of God. And you sat there like you were afraid of. You cursed, we were all saying it. You cursed her out. You cursed her out. You disrespected this woman on national TV. And then you expect, I would expect him to stand to you and say, listen, don't talk to my mother like that. The same way you want this man to treat your sister with respect and not to have his mother call her out her name or disrespect her. You should respect his mother the same way because she's a woman just like your sister. Okay? And your sister shouldn't have to tell you to treat your mother accordingly. Because let me tell you something. I have 3 kids, and I'm older than both of you put together, okay? And let me tell you something. There's nothing you can do for her if you don't have an education and you can't get a job. And how long do you think she's going to want you if you can't contribute anything?
Okay? We'll be right back in a minute. We'll be right back. Thank you. Hey, those are good points. Good points. Good points. JoJo does my hair too. No. Not everybody is coming down so hard in this couple. There are not many people who are condoning this, but you had an interesting point. What's your angle?
Well, being a social worker and seeing a lot of this, Mom, you seem exhausted. You're trying so hard. You're almost trying too hard. And as they say, let someone live their own journey. And I think you have to let him have his own journey.
I'm willing to let him live his own journey. I'm not willing to let him destroy his life.
But you know
he
what?
He has to use some kind of good judgment.
He's 16 years old and he had a child, right? He made that decision to have a child. He did. He made that decision to be with her. Okay, he's made this decision not to go to school. And I know that you're his mother, and I know it's frustrating, and I know you love him so much, but can't you tell? I mean, you're just talking and talking, begging, crying, and screaming, and it's not getting you anywhere. It's not working.
So
that's what I'm trying to say.
Next year, if she decides, well, I want somebody older, I want somebody better, or whatever, he's kicked to the curb. When you get kicked to the curb, okay, fine. I give up.
He'll get
I'm
hurt
wrong.
and
I give up.
he'll probably come back to you. But that's for him to
why can't he
find
come
out.
back before he gets kicked out of school and everything else?
I think what the lady says, you can't beat it out of him. You know,
well, you know what, Nate? Are you going to go back to Nevada with me?
I'll go back, but
first, you're going back home with me when we live.
You acting like I moved to California.
You've been planning for 28 days, Nate. The planning is, you should have some plans together by now.
Yeah, when I go back.
When I leave out from here tomorrow morning, will you be on the plane with me?
We'll make an agreement. I'll go back with you.
You will go to school. You will finish it.
Like any other
no,
time.
it's not.
Wait. I can't hear the agreement. There's so much talking going on. One at a time.
Don't tell me how I'm gonna be. I know how I'm gonna be.
You do it all the time. When I go back, when I came back the first time I went to California.
How many times have you went and come back?
The first time I went in February. I came back.
Wait a minute. Wait. That's ancient history. But I'm not gonna let y'all get back on that plane wherever you go and miss something that went off here a little light. I heard you both sit down and ready for an agreement. I heard your son say he was ready for an agreement. But then you started getting back onto ancient history, back to Aesop fables, that we forgot what was happening here today. I'm serious. Don't miss that. So let's start. Nate, what is it that you want for your life? Because what I heard you say was that you would go back home. But lay it out now. Lay it out, Boundary. I'm going to give you each 30 seconds to say what it is you want, what you're willing to do to compromise.
But can I say something before?
Right now, just answer that.
Well, first of all, she always says.
No, I don't want to know what she always says.
No,
this is the question I want you to answer.
That's going to lead on to the questions you're going to ask.
No, I don't want to hear all the ancient history, okay? We've been talking now. Listen to me, Nate, okay? You don't have to argue with me, man. I'm on your side, okay? Yeah. I'm giving you a platform to be able to talk here. Better than that, I'm giving you a platform for everybody to listen here. And especially listen to you right now, which is not something many 16-year-olds get. Let's be honest. That's why I do this show for you. Okay? There's probably so much going on in your heart and your soul and your head right now, and probably nobody's listening to you. That comes with being 16. I'm sorry to say. It happened to me, it happened to them, it happened to you, and it's happening to you. Not by yourself. But what's going to make this journey for you different is you're going to have an opportunity right here and now to look at your mother, who I hope is going to listen to you, because I'm going to give her chance when she's done, and I want you to listen to her. Tell her what it is that you really, really want and how you're willing to compromise.
We need to stop arguing so much. And when Christina calls, at least let me talk to her since I can't be there with her.
Can I interrupt one thing?
Wait. No. You're going to get your turn. I promise you will get a chance. No, not now. Doesn't work that way. No. Now, look, one thing we're learning here. Wait, Nate, let me. Wait, Nate, let me tell you something. You know what we're learning right here now? Parents have a lot to learn, too. That's okay. That's all right. Parents have a lot to learn, too. We always want our teenagers, hurry up and grow up. They're only 16. They've been on Earth for 16 years. How are they supposed to know what you've been through in all them 40-some years? So just give them 10 more seconds to finish, and then we'll give Mama her 30. Come on, wrap it up. Make it quick. Talk to Mama.
When I talk to Christina on the phone, could you please not? Well, I'm not saying right now, but in the past, you used to call her names and everything.
But we're talking about the future.
Yeah, but now, not calling names and let me at least talk to her. Since you know I'm not going to be there, and see how her and my daughter is doing.
Fine.
And about Danielle and Tiffany, I guess, about them, could you tell them to keep their comments to themselves? Because that's what only makes me and Danielle argue.
Is that fair? That's fair. That's fair. All right, now wait, just hold on a second. You did that beautifully. You had no problem articulating what it was you want. You let Mama know you're coming home, but you told her what you needed, too. Mom, your turn. 30 seconds. Don't say a word. Just listen, because listening is part of loving. Go, Mama.
Nate. All I ask is, when you come home, would you please stay in school, finish out this month, go to summer school, and try to bring up those grades? Would you please go to some of the counseling sessions that I've been trying to set up with you? I want to go to counseling with you. I even told you I wanted Christina to go to counseling with you. About the calls, can she pay for them? I'm tired of paying for collect calls. That's the only problem I have about you talking with her. This is my 30 seconds, okay? I do not want to pay for any more phone calls. Christina, can you afford to talk to Nate? Would you please pay for some of them? Thank you.
Well, in California,
now was that fair?
In California, was you paying for the phone calls?
I think that's fair.
I just paid $409.
Don't blow it. Just, you know what? Just wait, because we have another story coming on. And I want y'all to sit and think about the agreements that you just made, because y'all were both fair for the first time in the whole show. A totally different story when we come back. This one involving violence, though. What would you do if you actually feared for your daughter's safety, maybe even her life, all because of the young man that she says she loves? Now, is that not time for a mom to say, you're not good enough for my child? We'll see what you guys think right after this. We'll be right back. Y'all did that very well. You really did. If you have an unbelievable story idea or a fantastic show idea, then we sure want to know about it. Come on, give us a call at 1-800-4-ROSHOW or send email to roshow@aol.com. We're waiting. Have you gone through this with your mom? You have? All of you? I've got a beautiful group of young people here from Canada. Up in Canada who are watching the Rolonda show. My next mom fears for her only daughter's safety when she's with her boyfriend. Dina says that her 15-year-old daughter is dating a 21-year-old guy who she says is overly jealous. He carries a gun, she says, and she also says he is very abusive. What have you seen that has shaken you so much that you are here today?
Well, the fact that she's 15 years old and she's been dating him for about a year. He's got a temper. He's real possessive with her. He's real jealous.
Has he hit her?
I know that they fought. They have fought because the police were called. He was late to pick her up. She may have instigated some of it because she was mad because he was late. And he took her back. They left and they went down the street about a mile, came back, and he threw her purse at her. And I guess she pulled his shirt, so they started fighting, and she called the police. So he was arrested for assault.
Mm-hmm. When you heard that your daughter had been in a ruckus with her boyfriend and the police were called and a charge was launched and it was assault and your daughter's in the middle of it, what does a mother go through when she gets that phone call?
I was mad. I had just gotten home and the police were at my house and my daughter was like, oh, no, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. And I said, no, this is my house. I am worried about it. So I found out what happened, and I'm mad. I'm mad about it because, I mean, if it's that bad now, if they plan to be together later, it's going to be worse.
And what does your daughter say when you talk with her about it, or do you sit and talk with her?
She doesn't want me, yeah, we do. I try to talk to her about it, but she doesn't want me to have anything bad to say about Mike. I can't, if I try to talk to her about anything to do with him, she's upset. And it causes us to fight, and it's not like we're not even a family anymore.
Well, I tell you what, you've already hit the bottom here. So let's take an example from our last family, from Sharon's family, and let's try to talk with them. Leave the fighting at home, because you can always fight at home. Let's try a different tactic this time, because like in that car engine, if you change one little thing, everything else around it has to change. So be that cog that changes this wheel, okay? Let's meet Rebecca and Mike and hear their version of the situation. Come on out, guys. We're going to take a quick break, but you heard what we said out here, folks. We're going to try to talk this out. I know it's going to be hard because emotions are high, but let's see what a little listening on a talk show can do right after this. They don't look like they want to listen.
Hey, just want to pop in real quick and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for helping build this channel and this community. I could not do it without you. So good to stick with you. And listen, please subscribe and follow me in other forms of social media like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever. There I am at Rolonda Watts. Let's stay in touch and let's get back to the show.
Mike just joined us. Dina, Rebecca's mom, is not real happy with this situation. Mike, Rebecca's mom says some heavy things about you. She says you're jealous, you're abusive, you carry a gun, you get into fights, you get the police coming to the house, you're getting charges against you. What, is all that true? Some of it, any of it?
No, she can't even start off like that because you're trying to.
Wait a minute, I asked Mike. Rebecca, we're coming to you. Mike, is that true?
Yeah, some of it is true, but I'm not abusive or over possessive with her. I'm not.
You're over jealous with her. And she can't even dress without you saying something.
No, I'm not. No.
So what part is true?
It's a 50-50 thing, you know. If let's say she wants me to dress casual and nice, you know, because this is me. You know what I mean? This is the way that I was, you know, I raised myself. Not myself up, but this is the way that I was brought up.
Well, nobody's talking about your dress. She didn't bring that up.
Okay,
She's talking about your hands. She's talking about your hands abusing her daughter, picking up guns.
I don't abuse her. How should I say?
If it was all that bad, then obviously I would have left him. There must be something.
No, not obviously.
Yes.
You know something, Rebecca, you can't blame. I mean, we don't live in your town. We don't live in your house.
She's like, she'll tell me, oh, well, you're staying with him and it's not. My dad's the same way with her.
What about when she's possessive with her? What about when
she's my daughter and I can't be possessive with her?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, okay, well, she has her, you know, she treats her like a little slave. She has her cleaning up the whole house.
She has responsibilities. She has certain things she has to do.
And while you're at home sleeping, right, on your time off, you don't do nothing.
I work all week, and yeah, on my time off, that's my business, and that's my house,
Mike,
and I'm going to do what I want.
Mike, the issue isn't the mother and how she's raising her daughter. The issue is you and how she sees how you're treating her daughter. So if you both want to talk about treatment of her daughter, and you both clearly care about how Rebecca is treated, how could you? I mean, why are these charges being launched against you? I mean, I would be concerned if my daughter was dating a guy who packed a pistol. I'd be concerned about my daughter if a cop was called and abuse charges were launched. Clearly, the cops found a reason to do it. I mean, I'm trying to add up here and find some way to let you out, but man, is a heavy weight on this side and not much on this side.
See, I'm not a violent guy, you know what I mean? But the gun, I just carry it with me for protection.
Like, a lot of times she'll tell me, well, he's in a gang, so you shouldn't be with him. My dad was in a gang. You know, so she's saying, do as I say.
That's why I'm telling her, because the things that I have been through
and
the things that I have seen.
Well, then you need to let me do something by myself. Obviously, if I haven't listened to you yet, I'm not going to start right now.
Okay, I tell you what, I got to take a quick break. But wait a minute, I got to take a quick break. But when we come back, you know, a lot of times mothers don't let us know what they have been through in their lives. Many of us grow up all our lives and never know what kind of women or what kind of little girls or what kind of teenagers our own mothers and fathers were. And sometimes there comes a crucial point where mom has to sit down and say, you didn't know me when I was going through those tough times, but I think there's some things you're old enough to know now. Are there some things you'd like to share with your daughter when we come back on that?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute. We'll be right back. Before we left, you know, we were just talking about how sometimes, you know, we go through life with our parents, but we never really know what kind of people they were. What did they go through as young people, teenagers? It came out here, Rebecca, just mom is Dina, and Dina was saying that her concern and fear is that she's going to end up in an abusive relationship like she has suffered from. Look at your daughter and just talk to her a bit about what that means to you. When we say domestic violence, when we say abuse, when we say fear, what does that mean to you?
Becky, I was 15 when I had you, and me and Dad got together. We didn't get married till a year later because I wasn't old enough. And I'm just saying, I don't want, and it was hard. And I walked to the bus. I had to catch the bus to go to work, and I did a lot of things that I couldn't see you doing. And I'm just saying, I don't want you in a situation that, or to be stuck in a situation of having a baby and having to be in a relationship that you don't want to be in.
Rebecca, respond. You can respond.
All I want to tell you is, okay, obviously, you like you told me before, if I see that you're going to fall, I'm going to tell you, look, you're going to fall. And I know I respect you for that, and, you know, thanks. You're trying to help me, but you need to let me, because you need to let me have my space. You need to let me, if I want to be with him, then you need to accept it.
That's what I tell you, Becky. If I see that you're going to fall, I'm going to warn you before you do it, and that's what I see you doing now.
And if I'm going to be the one that's going to be hard-headed and keep on doing it, then you need to just let me do it. And if I fall or if I mess up with him, let me get back up on myself.
Come here. You don't agree with that, huh?
So you're trying to tell me that you prefer to fall?
Well, if obviously if she's trying to help me, and if I'm gonna be stubborn and not listen, then she ought to just if I'm gonna be stubborn and do it anyways.
Up here in the front row, what do you say? Come on.
I think basically what we're dealing with is a question of maturity. Now, age has nothing to do with it. You can be 40 and not be mature. But parents have to understand they're not raising a child, they're raising an adult. So at some point, that person makes mistakes or makes choices, rather, that are positive or negative, and they have to live with it. It may hurt your heart, and you may say, well, I don't want to have any part of it, but it's still going to have to fall on that person.
The only thing I want to do is give Nate the opportunity to have choices. Without a high school diploma, he does not have a high school diploma. He has 2 years to go.
You did what you had to do as a parent.
My journey as a mother is not finished until he's 18 years old and he can make his own decisions.
To make his own
until
choices.
he's 18 years old, he can make his own decisions.
When he makes his own choices, then it falls on him. You did all you can do. You can't live.
I have two children that are older than Nate. They made their own choices, and when it came to them, me stepping in and correcting their choices.
Getting mad is because she tried to say Christina's making me bring myself down. She can't make me bring myself down. I told her time and time again, if I want to bring myself down, I don't need somebody to help me bring myself down. I'll bring myself down.
You got plenty help now.
What do you say? What do you say?
You're staying at her house. You're not working, and you're not going to school.
Only time I stopped going to
Mother
school.
4 here. What's
I'm Mother 4, and my baby will be graduating from USC this May coming. And I work hard, you know, because my husband and I, we did not make it, and I raised my 4 children by myself. And I feel sorry for the mothers, and I feel sorry for the children. And first of all, I would try to get him back in school. If that was a child, they had made the mistake, the first thing I would do, I would help them. I would help the both of them, and I would help my grandchild.
See, that's what no one will let me say. That's the thing. Everybody's telling me that I'm not giving him room to grow. I'm not giving him room. I told Nate, I said, if Christina will come to Nevada, get her a job there, I would babysit, you go to school. I'm willing. I even told you this, Jermaine, and you cannot lie to me and say I didn't. Did we not have a talk? Danielle, please, did we not have a talk?
Let me bring in this next guest. Our next guest says that she holds 7 secrets. 7 secrets. 7 secrets of successful parents. She's going to share them with us in a book real soon, but until then, here she is to share those secrets with us today. Family therapist Randy Rolfe. Welcome, Randy. That when I said 7 secrets, that probably everybody at home got up off the couch and ran to get a pencil and a piece of paper to write these things down. What are the 7 secrets of successful parents, and how might they apply here?
Well, I'll say right away, you hit the nail on the head with the first family, that the letting go and listening are the 3rd and 4th secret of the 7 that I'm going to put in my book. As the guest just said, there's a time when you cannot force your child to do what you want. And you may not feel that they're ready to take on the responsibilities, but if they go out and do it, if they go out and have a baby and drop out of school or whatever, you can't make it change. No, I understand that. And I think there's a geography problem here. But what you said, Rolonda, you have to stop, Sharon, and listen. You're so angry about what's happening to your child that you're not hearing him. And your anger just drives him away, and it makes it impossible for his loved one to have a relationship with you. There's so much anger with the brothers and the sisters. That has to stop. But as another guest said, it may well happen if they've made a mistake. You need to be there for him if he comes back and says, it really hasn't worked. I can't sustain this family. I need to get a job and support my daughter from afar. Whatever it is, you have to be there for him when and if he learns from his mistake. Or it may turn out that's not a mistake. It happened too early, but it may not be a mistake.
I understand totally what you're saying, but everybody's saying I'm dwelling on past issues.
I want to know how come they keep harping on this is not his baby. Who cares whose baby it is? If he says it's his baby, it's his baby.
That's right.
All right, somebody has to care about the baby. I mean, if it's my baby and he wants to take care of it, let him take care of it. Why does she keep harping on whose baby
Well,
it
I
is?
got a couple. You want to take care of those too?
And another thing is, he's gonna do what he wants to do. I mean, you have told him what you want to tell him. Now step back.
Well, let's take a break real quick. But we've gotten two of the secrets: listening and what? The fourth one?
Letting go.
And letting go. What are the other 5? We'll find out right after this. When we come back, I just want you to name the 5. Excuse me. We've run out of time here, but quickly, Randy, who also happens to be a mother of 2 teenagers herself there, you say that listening and the other one was letting go, and the other 5 secrets.
Yeah, they all apply here. The trusting that you've done a decent enough job that your kids are going to grow up okay, even when they make mistakes. Attention to their basic needs. They need your love. You need to model, and this comes up here, where you've maybe made the same mistake she has. Now, what do you do about it? And how do you handle your life now? So modeling for your child. Expressing yourself. Say, I'm darned angry about this, but I still love you. Learn to talk to each other. And the last one is celebrate your relationship. You've had this child. Don't just get so wrapped up in your anger that you can't say, I'm glad you're in my life. I do believe in you. So that's a 7.
Can I say something?
Yeah, but I got, no, because I got to say goodbye. No offense, but I really do have to say goodbye. Anything that you want to say, you have a trip here in New York City. Maybe you take this time to go sit down and talk it out so that you don't have this kind of tension, because you're an uncle now. And you need to get some of that bile out too, so you can be a pleasant uncle and you can have a nice home. The most important thing for any kid is to feel safe at home, and you must be able to provide that for your child. My favorite of all of those, which you hear on the Rolonda Show all the time, is I think listening is so important. Listening, I think, is the greatest form of love, because I think through some of that, just listening is a silent form of communication, and through that can come some kind of understanding. Try to listen a bit tonight to each other. You might understand something you didn't hear before. You might find a space to say something you never had the courage to say before. But it took you a lot of guts to come here today, and I thank you. That's quite a fight for your family. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.